Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Matters That Matter. I'm Simran and I'm in conversation with my mentor, Susie Singh. Susie, today I want to talk to you about something that a lot of people are struggling with right now, given the pandemic and the lockdowns, and that is boredom. Because the lockdowns have been extended so much and people have sort of run out of things and ideas about how to kill their time. People are really struggling with boredom and what to do. So, can you tell us what causes boredom and what's the remedy for it?
Yeah, so I think it's very important to understand the cause, Simran, because
Hmm.
suggesting a list of to-do things, I'm sure a lot of people have exhausted those lists.
Yeah,
But if they can understand the underlying cause and address that, then they won't be eliminating boredom just from this pandemic period, but they probably will never get bored in their lives.
right.
So, what really happens is that when we start relying too extensively on external stimulation to
Hmm.
focus our attention, then we weaken the power of our own imagination and inspiration. As a result, we find it very difficult to stretch our minds and we become far too comfortable with the mechanical routines. The
Hmm.
net result is that we feel lost when we are outside of structures or the order
Hmm.
that we are used to,
Right.
because we don't know how to engage with the inspiration within. I remember as a child, we used to play outdoors very frequently. And there used to be this big hibiscus tree in my garden, I recall. And often during the blooming season, I would climb the tree, pluck a hibiscus flower, pull its stalk out, and suck the nectarine.
Hmm.
That experience, even as I talk about it right now, I can taste the nectar in my mouth. And the reason for that is that it engaged all of my five senses, my
Yeah.
body and my mind, because I was physically there, I was physically tasting everything. And it had a huge feeling of exploration and discovery involved.
Yeah.
It brings the magic and the wonder of life alive for someone. Unfortunately, today, most people do not connect with the wonder of the moment.
Hmm.
When we see nature, when we look outside our window and we see a raindrop falling off a tree leaf,
Hmm.
it doesn't, I'm not sure how many people even notice it, leave alone whether it stirs us internally and, creates a sense of, oh my God, isn't that fabulous?
Yeah.
When we think of our childhood, we think of rain, we think of puddles, we can hear ourselves splashing in the rain and making boats and floating them. So, can you see? It is a whole brain experience involving body and mind.
Yeah.
Today, we are lost to technology.
Hmm.
And because of that, we are waiting as mere spectators for life to come and entertain us. We've lost this natural childlike curiosity. We are no longer enchanted with life. We are not present to the magic of this moment. And as a result, we don't have a deep connection with ourselves or with nature or with anything around us.
Yeah.
And we've lost our drive to be this natural explorer, this discoverer of things. So obviously, we're going to be bored because every time we watch something from the outside and we just have
Hmm.
an external experience, we start tiring because we reach fatigue and acclimatization and we want more of it and the next level and the next level. And now we watched everything on Netflix and we've listened to all the music we want to. And we've done all the things. We've done the Zoom calls and the video calls and the video parties. And now we don't know what next to do because our attention is focused entirely outwards.
Yeah.
If we need to overcome boredom, then we need to re-engage our creative brain and develop that. We need to once again develop the aptitude of being natural explorers like we were when we were little children.
Hmm.
Now, if you watch a young child, 2 years or 3 years old, you will never find them complaining of being bored. They
Yeah.
will be on all fours, running from one room to another room, picking up things, examining them, breaking them, taking them apart. And life is just filled with wonder for them. So the idea is to become childlike that.
Right.
And if we can, what is the remedy for our boredom? Is three steps. The first thing is, can we bring that sense of excitement back into our lives? And for that, we need to stop and ask ourselves the questions. Okay, what is it that really excites and fires my imagination? So maybe you're the sort of person who is fascinated by Tesla cars, or more scientific and want to know the effects of radiation on the planet. Or maybe I remember I used to be fascinated with UFOs, and a lot of that talk is back again today. So maybe somebody wants to study more about the UFOs. Whatever it is that really grabs your mind and there's a sense of mystery around it, go and explore that. Study it, research it, find out more, read about it, gather knowledge about that subject, become this detective.
Yeah.
And put on your detective attitude and say, okay, I want to know more. I want to see how the pieces connect. And having done that, try and apply that knowledge in a creative way. So maybe you want to build something with that knowledge. Maybe you want to write a blog with that knowledge. Maybe you want to even think of a career approach with this newly gained information. I mean, today, whether it's coding, whether it is all of these new innovations, so much information is available that I am actually surprised that anyone could even think of the word boredom. But the fact is that until we become explorers once again, we are going to sit back passively in our couches and wait for the world to come to me through that screen, through that television set, through my handheld devices, to come and entertain me and stimulate my mind. But what I don't realize is that then I'm only using my left brain. I'm not using my right brain. I'm not activating my inspiration, my imagination, which in the longer term is not going to serve me, because forget boredom. Will I have the creativity to problem solve in innovative ways as life goes on? Will I have the innovative mind to actually find path-breaking methods in my career or in my workspace? Will I come up with new ideas and new products that can solve people's problems in the world if I can't even solve the problem of my own fatigue and boredom inside the house?
Yeah.
So I think it's very, very important that we actually reset and restart our explorer attitude.
A lot of times I've heard people complain about the fact that their mind is not engaged all the time. Even with the exploration you talked about, it is somehow engaging yourself in something. But because of the lockdown, I've heard a lot of people complain about how they're tired sometimes of their mind being engaged all the time, or they need rest, but then they are bored when they are rest. So how can we become more okay with just being with ourselves without the need to constantly be engaged in something?
So I go back to the example of the child. A child never gets tired. A child's attention is engaged. Now, your attention does not have to be engaged only in accomplished aspects or in learning new things. You could just be watching, gazing at a sky, and you're very restful and expansive. You could be just watching birds flying in the sky. So the idea is, engaging your attention does not mean that you're always doing something. It simply means that maybe you are gathering your attention only in a very peaceful moment. You're immersing yourself and plunging yourself into the expansive moment of being. The problem is that I'm restless with myself. It's not tiredness, it's restlessness.
Restlessness, yeah.
And I'm restless because I'm not comfortable with who I am, and I'm not comfortable in my own skin. If you ask someone to sit for 5 minutes quietly in a room, it will seem to them, and we've done this experiment, it seems like 20, 25 minutes for them. That's because they don't know how to be in the moment. That's the magic of the moment. They can't train their attention to turn inwards. They don't know how to be still.
Yeah.
And that makes them restless. So, how do you gather your awareness and make yourself still? How do you just sink into this moment and enjoy it and cherish it? So, if somebody is really struggling with overactive mind or restlessness, then perhaps what they need to do is learn how to move into the alpha brainwave activity. For that, initially, because their mind is not trained, they can use binaural beats, which reduce the brainwave activity. That's the kind of music that activates your beta and delta and deeper states of the brainwave activity. You could also use guided meditations to be able to slow your mind down. Personally, I find sky gazing the most restful activity. I like talking to plants. I like, you just go and observe a little insect moving on the ground, an ant moving on the ground, and you can be fascinated by that. Your attention is engaged and you're completely in the movement of the ant. So you can see you don't have to go anywhere or do anything. You just have to be in the moment.
Right. So it's very important for us to learn how to be still with ourselves and be in the present moment and engage our attention with it. Thank you so much, Susie. I hope you found this helpful. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.